All right, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop. I knew I was forgetting something. I forgot to change the damn intro. Anyway, folks, you're live with Lonzo and the Dusty one. It's Tuesday, y'all. The last show of the month. It's going down, folks. We got a whole lot to talk about. And like I say every week, from the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks, you are live with Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop. This is how we do it. This is how it's done. Every time we do it, it's going to be fun, y'all. From Eve After Dark to concerts in the park. You're live with the Godfather and the Dusty one. What we got?
In the dugout, baby. In the dugout. Ready to go. How you doing today, Lons?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I forgot to change the doggone intro, but I fixed it right quick. Go ahead. Talk to me.
It's all good. It's all good. If that's the worst thing that happens tonight, that would be great. You know what? Let's talk about Friday, man. How'd your red carpet event go? I'm bummed I couldn't make it.
Man, it was fantastic, Doc. We had a great event. Scruncho had his birthday party. I didn't know Scruncho was a Gemini also, so our birthdays is a few days apart. And they billed it as a honoring for me for the birthday for Scruncho. But actually, that was my birthday party, too, because I didn't have a birthday party this year. And it was a milestone for a brother. So it was a double-edged sword of appreciation for me, Doc. We had a ball, man.
Love that, man. How did you meet Scruncho? I know he's
playing at the club.
Been on the show. Funny dude, Long Beach, California. Crip,
Long Beach Crip. Scruncho played at all my clubs. Current Affair. He should come to the Eve After Dark. In fact, he's in the documentary. And that was one of the things we did while we were there. We interviewed Scruncho for the documentary. He played Eve After Dark. He played the Current Affair. I think he played Club Hall of Fame. He played all of them. Scruncho, AJ, who else? Keith Morris. Look around. The brother from Minister Society. I'll suck your dick for $2. Yeah, my boy. I mean, so many. I have Robin Harris. I have just as many famous comedian buddies as I do rappers. Probably in some cases, even more. Because one thing about the comedians, they never forget about you. Rappers, they kind of forget sometimes, but comedians, they don't. Most of them don't go Hollywood on you.
Any good Scruncho stories before we move on? That you can remember?
Nothing really crazy outside the fact when he was doing his comedy gangster thing for a while. It was kind of crazy because he would do that show any place. And, he was a Long Beach Crip, and you can't do that shit in Inglewood. That shit didn't go over that well, but it was cool. Nothing major.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Damn. Yeah, you ain't that funny, motherfucker. You better. I'm sure some people say. Well, before we jump into what I really want the bulk of the discussion to be about tonight, we have some breaking news today. Nipsey Hussle's Slayer killer was assaulted in jail today.
What?
So they had to postpone the trial. Yeah, I've been following it pretty closely. And for anyone out there who doesn't know where to follow the trial, shout out to Street TV. His name is Alex Alonso. He's been doing this thing for a very long time, and he has day-to-day coverage of what's going on with the Nipsey Hussle trial. But today, Alonso, it was postponed because we came to find out that, yes, he was assaulted either in jail or in the holding cell that leading to the court.
Wow.
Talk to me, man.
Man, that's been expected. I heard he's had some serious issues since he's been in jail. Why he did what he did, don't know. But we do know he's going to pay for it in multiple ways, in street justice and in legal justice. We all know when he turned himself in a fundamental institution, and he was going to pull that mental card, and it may work in court. Ain't gonna work on the streets. Ain't gonna work in jail. So he got problems.
Yeah. I would love your opinion on this. Being that you grew up in the streets, wouldn't call you a street dude, but you definitely are street smart. You grew up in the streets. People are calling Cowboy, who was Nipsey Hussle's friend, mentor, whatever the case may be, a snitch because he was there on that day that Nipsey was killed, and he has testified. What are your thoughts on him being called a snitch?
He testified against Shitty Cuz, right?
Correct. Yes.
Man, I dude, at some point in time, folks gotta let that go, man, because
thank you.
When somebody kills somebody that you love, okay, you have an obligation to them, man, for them to be brought to justice, whether it be, I hate to say this, street justice or even legal justice, man. We gotta let that bullshit go. Dude, I mean, I do believe people have really misconstrued the definition of snitching.
Yes.
At one point in time, snitching was pretty much confined to if Lonzo and Dusty do a crime and Lonzo get caught and Dusty don't, I don't tell on Dusty. That's all it was. That's what it was. If me and you do something and I get caught or you get caught, the object, you get, especially if you get away with the money, I ain't telling nobody nothing. Okay. But folks have been doing so much dirt and they don't want nobody to go to jail. They want to they put a stigma on all facets of information. And what I mean by that is you see somebody kill somebody that you love and you ain't supposed to say nothing because the street said so. Got me fucked up, man. Got me fucked up. It ain't gonna work like that. That ain't gonna happen. Call me what you want. But this dude is my boy, and I saw him, this guy here in court, take him from us, not just me, from us. And I ain't supposed to say nothing because I'm gonna be labeled something on the street. Get out of here with that, man. What you supposed to do? Let him go until so somebody else can kill him on the streets and catch another case and keep the cycle going? That's the most ignorant shit in the world, man. I'm sorry. That's some ignorant shit. But
yeah,
again, you trying to live in a subculture that is superseded by another culture. The subculture and the government culture are two different things. What happens in the streets and what happens in this courtroom is two different things. You may not be respected on the streets, but at least you're gonna see this dude get what he deserved for killing. I mean, it wasn't like it was suspected of killing Nipsey. It wasn't a suspicion. We know he did it. They just going through the formalities to see what the deal gonna be. We know he did it. He always said he said the video said he did it. He turned himself in, and all we doing now is going through formalities. Okay, we're just going through the legal formalities. We're going through what they call due process, so he can get a trial, so he can figure out how many years he gonna do or where he gonna do them at. Anything else is bullshit. And like he wasn't gonna get caught if homeboy didn't testify. Okay, they just making sure that that by testifying, the facts are straight, and somebody who was there saw this, and they getting the facts straight. So when they put the hammer on his ass, it'll be the proper leverage. That's all.
Yeah. Speaking of Cowboy, who was there on that day, like I mentioned, we have Nipsey Hussle, who is an artist worth tens of millions, $100 million, whatever he was worth at the time of his passing. He put all of his dudes on. He got everybody in the hood jobs. He was giving people literally clothes off of his back. And what's so crazy that I found out during this trial is that everyone around him at that time, when the shootings were going on, ran in the opposite direction, except for, according to documents and his own testimony and their video camera, the only person who ran toward Nipsey Hussle during the shooting was Cowboy. Everybody else ran away. I mean, the artist isn't even protected anymore, Lonzo.
So what are the guys that ran away? Cowards? Or that's just street men?
No, I get it. Exactly. I'm gone.
I'm playing devil's advocate now. Mm-hmm. I'm playing devil's advocate now. If you see your homie getting shot, do you run and, hey, hold on, don't shoot him? Or you take off running, you do self-preservation. That's basically what it is, self-preservation. Okay? But is that a coward move? Are you a coward because you didn't protect your homie? Are you less of a homie because you put your self-preservation ahead of his life and you hid behind the car and watch him get murdered? I mean, come on, man. But the guy who shot him, you ain't gonna tell the police what he did. Come on, man. It don't make no sense.
It's all mixed up.
It don't make no sense. And this is the part of this. This is why I never really got into that lifestyle, man. Because a lot of the things that goes in that lifestyle, I'm a common sense dude. 1 and 1 is always gonna be 2. 2 and 2 is always gonna be 4. And you can't multiply alphabets. It ain't gonna work. You only can multiply and divide numbers. You can't multiply alphabets, and it's hard to tell to spell with numbers. So if you're trying to spell with numbers and multiply alphabets, you're gonna have a problem because that ain't what we taught. But I learned logic at an early age, man. Logically, first self-preservation is the first law of anyone, any animal. First self-preservation. Lion, dog, cat. Any animal, for roach, see, if a roach feel like his life is in danger, he's gonna take off running. As soon as the lights come on, he's gonna take off running. Okay, and for them to run and hide, that's self-preservation. Now, for them to get upset because my man stood up in court and put his hand on the Bible and said, "Hey, this is what happened to my boy, somebody who I love, my business partner." That I can't see the snitch jacket, man. But that's just somebody would throw a snitch jacket on anybody. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Let me say this right quick. When you don't snitch or don't inform or don't try to protect your hood, all you're doing is giving the criminals the permission to keep doing what they're doing because now they're protected. You wonder why the hood is, you know what? I'm about to get canceled. Damn it. I got 12,500 followers. They're going to take all of them from me. I'm about to say some shit right now that's going to get me in trouble. But it don't make no sense to me, man, that we sit here and we have all these rules and sub-rules and subcultures. Meanwhile, our economics of our community is controlled by other people on every level. Yesterday, I went to the swap meet. I have a new business, the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce. I got to go to a meeting on Thursday. I want to get me a little hat made, right? Like this right here. Little hat made. Say Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce. Went to the swap meet. The lady told me it's going to be $40 to do the design and $12 for the hat and $12 for the stitching. $64 for a cap. You out of your goddamn mind.
I have a connection. I get all my hats for under $20, Lonzo. So talk to me after this, dog.
For one, I said for one hat, 64. Here's the 64. I said, if I get a couple, can I get a discount? No discount. I mean, I left.
Damn. Yeah, nah.
Right there, dude. I said, come on. I said, and I looked around, man. I looked around, and again, everybody else can come into our hood and do what they fuck they want to. They do what they want to in this joint, man. And anybody else got to go get checked in, got to go get pockets padded, and got to put people on. They don't put some people don't put nobody on. If you don't look like them, they ain't putting you on. And I just think that's not fair. Okay, I'm not trying to start nothing. I'm just trying to yank some chains and ring some bells and make people think about why we in the condition that we're in. And y'all might not like it, but it's real talk, folks. It's the realest thing you can hear today. You can't.
Yeah.
Even when we had the money, even when we get money, we can't wait to find somebody with a label to give it to. Come on, Doc. We can't wait to find somebody that has a label that we can give it to. So if you get 100,000, you got to go buy you a brand new Benz, a brand new something else, and go floss it on the broke homies, and you wonder why your ass catch hell. You got to have ladies. You got. Because we did it. I mean, we did it. We wasn't a name brand conscious, but we had to have the Gazelles. We had to have the Gazelles. What else? Fat Gold Chain, the Adidas. Back then, Adidas. What Jordan wasn't the shit. It was Adidas.
The Diodoras, all that.
Okay. And my thing was silk shirts. I love silk shirts with no collars because I had a Jerry curl, and that shit fuck up your collar. So the silk shirts back then, I wore look like T-shirts with buttons on them. So, that was the player style back then. Player style, just because the Jerry curl, if it past your neck, all your shirt collar gonna get ruined. But one thing about it, I know there's certain people, everything you want, they playing chess, and we playing checkers. They put themselves in position to get every dime they think that they think we want to spend our money on, whether it be jeans, tennis shoes, car parts, jewelry, everything, white T-shirts, chicken, Hennessy, whatever it is. You won't give your money to nobody that look like you. You got to go looking to find somebody that look like you to give your money to somebody. And I just thought about that, man. It just upset me. She came out of her mouth like it was nobody's business. $40 to do and $64. Are you out of your mind? The same hat. I had a hat made there before I went across town. Hat cost me $21, everything. Waited an hour. Okay, $21, stitching everything. Okay, cool. $60 gas. You ain't nothing involved in that hat. Price gonna go up that damn high. Ain't no gas. Ain't got to do no gas. Ain't got to do no electricity. No small amount of electricity. Thread ain't that damn expensive. Anyway, let's go, man. Come on.
Facts, dude. Let's move on to one of the stories that when I read this, when I saw this picture, when I watched this video, I cannot wait for Tuesday at 6 p.m. to talk with Lonzo. And just as I was thinking that in my head, I get a text from you. So we were on some Gemini, just mind talk shit that day. But talking about YG and Tyga's new video called Run. Now, they are dressed up basically like white chicks. Now, me, Lonzo, I want your opinion on this, but me, I expect something like this from Tyga, but YG, that threw me off. Talk to me about what you thought when you saw that video, when you read about it.
Hip-hop is done. Them was Compton dudes, man. Them was Compton dudes. Hold on there. Somebody looking for me. I'm trying to clear my phone right quick. I know YG is a Compton dude for damn sure. And I ain't never seen that out of the hood, man. I ain't never seen that. You know, I know it's supposed to be artistic situation, but I have never seen that before, man. Dude, I don't understand that. Again, if your music game is slipping, and I ain't saying his is, you got to do something to keep people talking about you. Okay? Everybody done dyed their hair multiple colors. Face tattoos is commonplace now. Yeast infection genes is tight as a motherfucker. So you know all that's over with. So now you got to do something totally different. And I keep telling y'all this. I keep telling you this over and over again. When your music starts to suck or your music popularity starts to drop, you got to go for drastic measures. This is another drastic measure that hip hop has pulled. I ain't gonna say stupid. I ain't gonna say nothing derogatory. Has attempted to keep the conversation going. Okay, and that's all it is to it. The hip hop, hip hop is. I don't know whether it's taking a nosedive or it's having some issues right now, but this is something I see just being something that there's another call for attention, dude, and it's another drastic call for attention.
You know, in the past we've had, let me start by saying this. There's a theory out there that I would love your opinion on. You know, in the past we've had Martin do Shanae, Martin do Big Mama's House. We have Tyler Perry. We have Jamie Foxx with Wanda on In Living Color. Do you believe, like many others do, that there is a plot in Hollywood to, I think the word is demasculate. Correct me if I'm using the wrong word. The black male.
Emasculate.
Yeah, to demasculate the black male.
I don't know if it's a general thing, but I think it's another. Flip Wilson did it with Geraldine. It's another way to be a part of the clique. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a conspiracy theory that we do things like that. When those things are done, in some cases, most cases, those artists tend to flourish. Okay. I've never seen it done in hip hop like this. Jamie Foxx is a comedian. Chris Rock, when he did it in CB4, he's a comedian. Most of the people who do that are comedians or actors. I can't recall another hip hop act that's done that. Maybe that's why they did it. Okay, because help me understand, chat room. Has anybody else seen another hip hop artist do the cross dress thing?
I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. And I know hip hop like the back of my hand.
I can't think of anybody that's done that. So therefore, if they did that, that makes them the first to do that.
Maybe Eminem, but he's white. So that's, Eminem did do it in a couple of videos, but there goes that white black thing.
Yeah. So there goes that right there. But Derek Mallory says Eminem. Okay. So yeah. So these guys are the first black guys to ever do the cross-dressing thing, because when the Wayne brothers did it, they did it for a movie that wasn't even that funny. Larry Johnson, basketball player Larry Johnson, did it.
Yeah, he used to do those videos where he was grandmama. It was a Nike or something back in the day, 30 years. But then See, I get it when it's on a comedic level, like you said, but when rappers do it, it's different. I have no problem with Martin Lawrence dressing up as Shanae. You know, that's what they do.
You know, so here we go. That see one thing about the streets, and I listen to people talk all this shit about drill rap and other things. Oh man, this is our reality. Is this really your reality? People, I mean, I listen to all the different. I've started listening to more and more podcasts and more different opinions on some of the things. Because I don't want to see one side. I want to hear everybody's opinion so I can take this gumbo of information and stir it up and deliver something pretty tasty on a Tuesday. But when you tell me that drill rappers are just repeating, are just talking about their lives, meanwhile, folks is dying like flies with a can of Raid in the room, I can't buy that. So you telling me now that this is the life of Tiger and YG? They, you know, are they hanging on Santa Monica Boulevard? Or they, what is it? What's the purpose? What's the purpose? Okay, so if it's the purpose is to be the first made up cross-dressing rappers, okay, accomplished, especially the first one out of Compton, YG. Okay, now he's the same dude that had all kind of legal problems with the police just a couple years ago. They got quiet as hell. That shit got quiet. Your car was involved in the police incident. Police got shot at. Somebody died, and the police got shot, and that shit got quiet. Okay. That I'm trying to find information. I couldn't even find it on that, man.
Nothing.
Okay, 4th of July. It'd be 3 years.
3 years.
A couple of days. I remember that was the talk of 4th of July. I was doing a party. You hear about YG? His car was involved in so and so helicopters, and and I'm like, oh shit, and I'm like, damn, that's gonna be interesting. And we did a show on it, and all of a sudden, nothing happened. Just disappeared. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, you have to question that kind of stuff, man. And then you see things like this happen. It makes you wonder. It really does. I'm sorry. Wandering minds want to know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And once again,
wait. Cali Boy says, did they cross dress for Pride Month? I didn't think about that part. Ooh. I didn't think about that. I didn't even put that on my to-do list. Now it's done. Oh yes, I didn't think about that. Maybe they was paying homage to Pride Month. I don't know.
Things that make you go,
Things that make you go, what the fuck? Okay.
Wow. And you know what? Once again, I expected something like this from Tyga for some reason. You know, he's been close to the Kardashians. He's more of a pop type of guy. YG, that's different. Do you think this is going to hurt or help YG's career?
It's a good question, Doc. It depends on, what this music comes out to be. I mean, if he starts talking about, if his subject matter changes from his original stuff, his gangster stuff, because I remember he had a song called F Donald Trump. He was all up in it for a while. He was up in it, I don't know, man. I didn't hear the song. All I saw was the picture. I don't know what that picture was for. I don't know whether for a video. I know it's for a video.
It was for a video, and trust me, you don't need to listen to the song. It ain't.
So the song is trash. The song is rated trash, but the video is getting all kind of looks. Just the same thing we did when Lil Nas X was on. He danced with the devil. The music wasn't all that, but the video was the shit. And that's all you need to get you some multi-million-dollar video. Man, we ought to do that, Dusty. We ought to come at this. Even up our damn our viewership. Go ahead,
I know, man. This is taking too long, Lonzo. I'm trying to be famous, man. I'm trying to be in some of them mansion parties, dude.
See?
No, I'm not trying to be in the mansion party.
I tell you what, when a mansion party, you want to dress for real. Anyway, don't get me started.
Woo, man. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see where it goes. Another big story this week, and we might have to tiptoe around this one due to YouTube guidelines and stuff like that. But the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade, which was the controversial abortion act that was put in place 30 years ago.
50.
What are your thoughts? 50, oh, my bad. Yeah, 50, 73. Yeah, my bad. What are your thoughts on that whole situation?
And I'm just trying to figure out how is it that old white dude always want to tell somebody what they got to do.
Man,
I never understood that. Now, it's not a problem that you even have to be dealt with. And like I was listening to George Carlin, one of my favorite comedians. He said, "Man, you got people that's telling people what to do. You got people telling women how to deal with their bodies, and they only care about the kid in preconception and conception. Once the kid is born, it's your problem now. Okay. He said, what did he say? Pre-birth is our business. Preschool is your problem. Okay. And I'm like, damn, that's basically what it is. No health care, no Head Start, none of the stuff the kids need. I ain't giving you none of that shit. But you gotta have that little something, no matter what. You gotta have it. I don't care if it is your uncle's baby, your brother's baby. You still got to have it. I don't care if you was raped. You still gotta have it. We're gonna stop right there, man.
That's crazy, man. And what kills me is when people say, but only 1% of abortions are used for rape. What the hell? Like, okay, that's a big number. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big number. And those are a lot of people who are going to have to go to Tijuana. I guarantee Tijuana abortion clinics are going to go through the roof.
Man, Tijuana. And here it is. I looked at the map, man. The places that, when that went into effect, are mostly Trump states, heavily Republican states. That's going to hit the hardest. You know, a lot of the states that have low rating in education, L.A., California, say fuck that. We ain't miss me with that. Okay, but Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, you can think even Oklahoma. Now it's going to be a problem. So, what can you?
Yeah, man, we'll probably stop there because we don't want to trigger any YouTube algorithms to get us lower than we already are. But shout out to the chat before we go on. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Please hit that notification bell if you haven't done that so you can get a notification every time Lonzo drops great content on this channel. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for the support.
Yeah,
now,
baby.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, I would love your thoughts on this, Lonzo. I wanted to talk about this last week, but once again, there's so much to talk about. Police departments across the country are now saying that due to rising gas prices, they will not respond to non-life-threatening calls. What are your thoughts on that?
No way.
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh, man. Look, dude, I was thinking about that the other day. My son had his, one of the cars in my house got the catalytic converter stolen from it, right? I've had 4 cars stolen from me personally. I've been losing cars since 74, okay? I've had 2 stolen from the house I live at right now. I've had multiple break-ins, and it's hard as hell to get a cop out to do a damn thing. They may come out the next day, man. Now, what they will do, I had a burglar alarm in my house, and I had a burglar alarm permit. And one day the alarm went off because the fan came in the house. I couldn't get it off in time. I tried to call. You can't get through to disengage them. And I'm sitting at the house. I'm waiting for the cop to show up. I'm sitting in the dining room eating. And I saw him pull up. And before I can get to the door, he done pulled off. And then he's going to send me a bill for $104. Hold on, man. Hold on. You at my house, you've been in my house. You can't pull up and check nothing but the front door. You can't check the back door, the studio. You can't check nothing from driving by my house. You ain't. And now, on the other hand, when I first got my alarm, it went off on a false call. And I was coming out the studio, and there was a cop standing by my door with a 9mm pointed at my ass, made me do all that bullshit coming out of my own studio. Man, this is my house. I mean, I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground in the backyard of my own.
In your backyard? Damn.
Backyard. I said, man, this is my house. The alarm went off by accident. Show me your ID. Get on the ground. Dude, this is my house. So, as many buddies as I have that work for the police department, I got buddies, all forms of police, whatever the case may be. I just think there's some lazy son of bitches when it comes to certain shit. And they use any excuse they can not to do what they're supposed to do. I was at a thing the other day in Compton, and they were talking about the takeovers. And Compton takeovers is just, it's like the circus on the Sunday night. They got multiple takeovers at one time. And the cops all they tell you is what they can't do. Okay, we can't do this and we can't do that. Meanwhile, in Lakewood, Hermosa Beach,
Downey,
they ain't playing that shit. Okay, you got a couple times to do that. We got something for you. Okay, they no, they damn near run them to Compton. Now they all, I don't know about Downey, but I know Lakewood is patrolled by the sheriff. Okay, Gardena don't play that shit. So I'm trying to figure out, why is it everybody else's sheriff department can get this shit fixed? I was in Hermosa Beach, coming home one night from a party, and I saw one of those trailer signs, and it said, "Loud mufflers will be fined $900." You didn't hear no loud mufflers coming down Sepulveda. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, why is it that we always have to get substandard service when it comes to different things like that? One of my favorite donut shops. Yeah, I go to donut shop on Crenshaw. It's all boarded up because some asshole ran up in it, with his clothes, just ran through the damn thing. It's all boarded up now. Over on when I was eating pastrami's on a regular basis, over on El Segundo in Normandy, they had that was shut down for damn near 7-8 months because somebody ran up in that stuff. We're gonna try to make it a drive-through. It ain't a drive-through. So when you see expedition exhibiting what expedition drivers or all that crazy shit, they tell you there's no way to stop it, which is bullshit because it only happens in certain areas. Okay, street racing been going on for decades. Street racing been going on since the 50s. Okay, and I don't have no love for none of them because, like I said before, they put me in the hospital, killed my mother-in-law, and that ain't my thing. But that circle jerk shit, okay, that right there is the most stupidest shit. And I saw a video the other day. A fool was in the backseat of the car asleep, and his buddy started doing circles, and his ass got ejected from the car and was still laying on the goddamn street, knocked out. So when you see this kind of exhibition, thank you, Rob. Exhibition is driving, okay? Exhibition is driving. And it's just bullshit, man. You mess up the streets, you mess up the air, all that smoke. You got a lot of people, especially in Compton. You got a lot of old people in Compton, man. That shit. All that smoke is not good for anybody's lungs. And y'all, like folks out there with cameras, trying to get the hottest situation, and it's like going to a NASCAR race. Ain't nobody going to NASCAR for the races. They going for the wrecks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They don't go for the races. D1. They say, oh, damn, they go, because that's what the excitement is when they run into something. Same thing with this shit right here. When somebody run into something, hurt somebody, and last week, not only in Compton, but in LA, man, they was having shootouts, they was having fights. It was all bad. When I woke up Monday morning, it was all kind of multiple incidents at takeovers. So they're gonna find some way to break it up. And when they do, everybody gonna get mad. When they come down hard on your ass, you're gonna get pissed off. Oh man, they gotta do us like that. Dude, stop doing this dumb shit in the middle of traffic. Ambulances can't go by, fire trucks can't go by, people shooting fireworks at the police and the fire department when they try to get through. And that's some bullshit. That's disrespectful. If your mama or your grandmama or somebody that you love was trying to get some help from an emergency vehicle and you got some assholes out in the middle of the street doing circles, you'll be pissed off too.
Man. Yo, Lonzo's dropping some game tonight. Now, on another hand, let's talk about this law, rule, protocol that has been entered into the Chicago Police Department as of just a couple of weeks ago. Chicago police are now not allowed to chase people who run from them. Do you feel police hands are being tied, or do you think that this extra protocol is needed?
Man, they got so many devices that could disarm a car. I don't know. I think cops are starting to get more into the what's it called that shit?
And this was passed by the mayor, by the way. That one Chicago chick. If anybody knows the mayor of Chicago, you will never forget that face. But this was passed by her.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of her before she became the mayor. She looked pretty good. She looked tired. Her biscuits ain't tired no more. Her suits got a little wrinkle. They a little oversized. I mean, she used to look all right, but she, ain't never been no beauty queen, but she was a little bit more well kept. Now she like cussing on the microphone. She worse than I am. Shit. Man, I think we in the era. On one extreme, we too soft. In the other extreme, we too hard. Okay, and when you see all this shit that's going on in this trial, is anything really gonna happen? All this evidence of people doing all this dumb shit and for treason, pretty much. Is anything really gonna happen? You see people, the shoplifting thing is died down, but you got a district attorney that is so financially conscious of the money that's being spent to do certain shit. It all comes back down to the money. So you'll let people do this based on, they figure if they still only steal $1,000 worth of stuff, it costs us more money to prosecute them than the value of what they stole. We've been saying that for years when niggas is going to jail for hundreds of years for crack cocaine. Nigga get caught with a rock and get 20 years. Dude, but you see what I'm saying? So now you got at one point in time, you had crack cocaine being caught with any amount of mandatory sentencing, mandatory jail time, and they finally broke that shit down. But now you got people that's going out calculating and committing crimes, and they know they're only going to get a felony, they're going to get a misdemeanor, a slap on the wrist. So there's no reason why not to do it. There's no reason not to do it. And I suggested, hey man, you got all these videotapes. Everybody at the scene got videotape. What if the citizens turned in these videos to the police? This person was doing this right here, and the cop told me that it doesn't mean anything if a cop wasn't there to witness it also. That means you as a witness, wait a minute. I said, wait a minute, hold on. If I witness a crime, that's a crime. But a misdemeanor, because going in the circle is a misdemeanor. So if I witness a misdemeanor, only a cop can witness a misdemeanor and make it stick in court. Okay? I say, well, dude, that don't make no sense. Okay? A crime is a crime, misdemeanor or felony. Okay? If it's a crime, either elevate the sentence, make it I don't know, class D or whatever, a low-level felony or whatever the case may be, or deputize some people with some cameras to do that shit. And just, hey, I'll send some deputies undercover. Bottom line is, as long as ain't no crime, ain't no penalty, they'll keep doing this shit.
Yeah, I've been following this pretty closely. I love watching live cases and hearings and things like that. I'm a nerd when it comes to that. I even go back and watch old ones from like 20, 30 years ago, but that's just me. But I've been following this hearing pretty closely about the January 6th, 7th situation. And I don't know if you know this, I would love your thoughts, but today it came out that Trump was basically assaulted his limo driver because his limo driver wouldn't let him go to the protest. He literally tried to choke him. He said, "Take me to the damn protest." And he was even getting words that they were armed. And his words were, according to this witness that testified today, "I don't give a damn if they have weapons. They're not there to hurt me." What should Trump be charged in this? If so, what should be his charges, in your opinion?
Treason. I say treason, dude. Because, dude, you can't go out there and incite. Dude, look, if we start talking some anti-anything, if somebody go out there and act on our words, they come to get us, dude. They're coming to get us. There's a law. Oh, I forgot what it's called. Hold on. Mike.
Your sound's going out.
There's a law.
There you go.
There's a law under the gang code. If an OG incites or inspires a YG to go do something, or kind of has had the influence, he can be prosecuted as well. That's no bullshit. That's the same thing they try to do with Tupac. Somebody was using Tupac's music when they committed a crime, and they drugged Tupac's ass in court. Tupac wasn't nowhere near this shit, because his music incited these guys to respond the way they did. Okay, so it's the same thing. If I hold a speech and I'm telling people go out here and do this and do that and do this and do that, and do it under the name. We can't allow this to happen. And I pump these people up and they go out there and start doing a bunch of shit. They come to get all of us, especially if we look like us. They come to get all of us. Okay? And I'm trying to figure out how come he ain't going nowhere? How can he get comfortable doing that without, because I don't, you would think, man, that they must have something on Merrick Garland. They must have something on everybody, man, because it's just, there's no justice. Is money the new god among certain parties? Is money the new god? That's all they care about. Fuck the people. People fucked. Okay? Profits over people all the time. And when you got people that represent people, I just saw something today. I don't know how true it is. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to, but it was saying one of the justices has had golf memberships paid and house mortgages paid off, all kind of shit. Okay. And I'm trying to think, how do you get that damn deep in debt being a damn judge? Okay. $200,000 on a credit card bill. Come on, man. Anyway, it's just what I can see is profits over people. And that's the way of the world.
Man, if you've never said anything else, that's it right there. Profit over people, dude. That's about as real as it gets right there.
Gallon gas, man. A barrel of gas is what, $113, but and usually gas would be about $3 and some change a gallon right now. But because they can find an excuse to justify in their mind through this war in what you call them, they can rob us. And nobody can't do nothing, don't know what to do, they can't do nothing. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Because all y'all benefiting from the goddamn stocks y'all own. And that's the problem. Everybody got their hand in the goddamn pot for us.
Here we go, dipping into conspiracy land, but we love a good conspiracy, but there is a thought out there, a theory that this is all the plan of the current administration to basically get everyone to convert over to green energy gas, electric vehicles, things like that. What do you think?
How in the hell how are we gonna pay for them? Gas, we going broke on gas. Interest rates increased again. Okay, how we gonna pay? Folks is how about they ain't got no money? How we gonna pay for all this shit? How we gonna now if they got a kit? They got some kind of kit you can buy to take your gas engine and make it run off something cheaper than. There
you go. Simple solution. They could do that.
Dude, I was watching a documentary. I love documentaries. They were talking about this ethanol, right? Every car, according to this documentary, has the ability to burn that green gas. When you look at the gas prices, they got regular gas prices, they got diesel, and they got the green shit. Okay. According to this documentary, every car can run that green shit. All you gotta do is change a chip in your computer to modify your timing. Okay, but it's $1,000 fine to change that chip. $1,000 fine to change the chip. And according to this documentary, that the the small people are mandatory reporters.
Interesting. There's no way to get around it.
You got to get a small check every 2 years. With your car, a brand new car, you got to go spend $50 every 2 years just to get them looking in your hood, make sure you ain't done nothing to it. Think about that for a minute. Why you got to have a small check every 2 years on brand new cars?
They're checking on your ass, basically. They're making
on you. Okay. That's the way they keep your ass in check. Make sure you ain't found no modifications to beat this shit, make this shit run better off no green shit. Okay, well, cool. He complying. Give him a small thing. I ain't had a car not pass a small situation in damn near 20 years.
20-something years, exactly, yeah.
It's just giving away money for nothing. It's another way to give away some money.
Man, let's move into some questions. There's one last week that we didn't get to from American Negro, who is our moderator. Thank you so much for the hard work you do in the chat room. Really appreciate you, man. I know we've talked about this before, but let's dive into it, Lonzo. He says, Comptown Records. Tell us about Comptown Records.
Comptown Records was the original name of Ruthless. When Easy got ready to get the name Ruthless, somebody else owned that label already. And he had Comptown is the actual company that owns the Ruthless label. But they had to make a move to it was already copywritten, and they went with Comptown, and Ruthless is owned by Comptown. That's my understanding. And I guess at some point in time, they went to buy it from the guy. The guy didn't want to sell it. I guess they waited. At some point in time, they were able to get the actual Ruthless name. But
Okay.
Comptown was a production company also. So
Okay.
Comptown,
And I know you.
high power.
Good.
Go. No, Comptown was a label, and so was High Power. High Power Production was Easy's production company.
Okay. Cool. Explain the original Death Row logo. Who was behind that again?
The original Death Row logo was DEF. Like in Def Jams, it was Death Row. And my boy Unknown had a copywritten. They're rad. Daryl Davis, the brother that did all the logos, all the artwork for Surgery Juice, everything we have ever done. He's my graphic designer. He drew the original DEF Jams, and Dre bought it from him for a significant amount of money. I seen the check and everything, and then they changed it to Death Row. Yep.
Love hearing stuff like that, man. And someone says, "Hey, Lonzo, can you let it be known that the Golden Bird Bicentennial was the best one?" Is that the case?
Hell yeah.
The only one I ever went to was the Laundry in Atlantic. I never went to any other one, so I don't know.
Man, Golden Bird on El Segundo and Central across from Centennial High School was OG parking lot pimping. OG parking lot pimping any Friday or Saturday. I was a youngster. I might have been about 10, 11 years old, man, maybe 12. And my old man go get some Golden Bird chicken. It took forever to get the chicken. He'd be there 35, 40 minutes. Ain't no such thing as called in no orders. You had to go order that shit, and they had the jukebox in the spot, and jukebox be playing. Folks be in there jamming and shit right there, right there in the aisleway, doc. I mean, that's what we did. Okay, that's what we did back in the day. I mean, and every once in a while it'd be some bullshit, but nobody got killed. There would be some bullshit. Somebody didn't grab the wrong order or something like that. The chicken got cold or whatever the case may be. But yeah, the chicken was the best, and it was a big old party every Friday and Saturday night, man. Right there in the corner where that 7-Eleven is, right there.
Nice. I love hearing that. Celebrate Life OG says, right, it was Unknown's label, but the logo is Dre in the electric chair and Express Yourself video. Do you know anything about that?
Huh?
He says that apparently that's Dre in the electric chair. It's in the Express Yourself video.
Maybe so. I can't deny or confirm that. I wouldn't say very possible. Very possible. Because it is something from the Express Yourself video, but Unknown originally he created that name to sell to them. He never had the label Death Row. He just had an idea, copyrighted it, took care of his business, and when they wanted to buy it from him, damn, there it was.
Nice. Art Chavez says, Lonzo, when did Clientele produce 2030? Was he still with the World Class Wrecking Crew?
No. Clientele left the Wrecking Crew in 1985 after our first album due to a misunderstanding. He was still going to school also. And then I think he got picked up by Sutra. He worked with Sutra, the same label that had Fat Boys, and he also had to deal with Unknown. I think, I'm not sure, don't hold me to it. I think 2030 was on the Sutra album, with Sutra 12 inch. But no, he was not with World Class Wrecking Crew then.
Okay, cool. When a DJ wanted to make scratches on a record, what is the process? In the studio, I'm assuming they're asking.
Be honest with you, a lot of them motherfuckers would cheat.
Oh, how?
They put it into a sampler. They would scratch it to a sampler, and the keyboard turned into a sample.
Okay.
That's real shit.
Oh shit. Okay, so let's say that they didn't want to cheat. Are they bringing their full? They are. I know this answer, but explain. They're bringing their full equipment in there. They're scratching and
one turntable and a mixer. But a lot of times, if you look super fast, like on He's Bionic, on our World Class album, there was some cheating in that motherfucker right there.
You said there was some cheating in there?
A little cheating in there. We had Kai sampler. We sampled the shit into the machine, and we just hit on the keyboard. That's why it sounds so fast.
Love that.
Know that, did you?
Love that. Yes, iMac Music, we're taking questions. Comment down below if you guys have any questions for the godfather of West Coast hip hop. I love this hip hop history stuff, so I can go on and on. So we're just going to keep on going. What are some of the, did Lonzo really play that keyboard he had strapped around his chest in world class?
Not a motherfucking note. Not one fucking note. Look, let me tell y'all something, man. Growing up in the hood, I wanted to be a Temptation, a Jackson 5 member or something, and I never could sing. I'm not even gonna try. Even when I'm in the shower, I can't sing. I sound good till I dry off, and it goes back to hell in the handbasket. But I wasn't a lead rapper, and I just refused not to do something in the group. They tell me, you the label owner, you the group. No, hold on, man, I'm gonna have some fun too. And we didn't need no guitar. We didn't need no guitar. Ain't no guitars in hip hop except for Afro Man. And everything we did was keyboard driven. And I remember hearing something about Elvis. All the music, all the time you saw Elvis hold that guitar, he never played a fucking solo yet. Think about it.
He would spin that shit. He would do,
do everything but do a solo, okay? And I said he didn't play the guitar. He just held the guitar. That was a prop. That keyboard was a prop. In fact, I got a quick story one time, right? And I had all the notes, all the finger notes and everything down to a science, okay? And I had a cord. I had it plugged up to a cord, everything. And you could, it was the cord was actually tied to the strap. It's plugged into the keyboard, had a long ass cord, plugged into the keyboard. At first, it wasn't no problem, okay? I'm only playing with hip hop cats. And ain't nobody else got a keyboard, and I had my thing running back to the sequence of where yellow was, and I stood by my spot was always by the keyboard, so I got this chord and shit. And I'm when my part came on world class, boop a doop boop boop a doop boop, and I'd go out front and I'd be into that shit, and the girls be look at it. And one day we in Long Beach Arena, playing with the Force MDs and some other folks. And I just met this girl. I'm finna show the fuck off, okay? My part came up. Do. This little white kid was right there in front of the stage. And it was a small show too. And I don't know what happened, but he says, "Hey, mister, your cord came out."
Oh.
Shut your little ass up, okay? And he ain't playing that shit. Because I used to carry a bass guitar. And I had a glove on. And a couple times we played with some real musicians, and they wanted you want to tune your bass? No, no, I'm good. I'm good. And I'm like, they said, this nigga, how you playing a bass guitar with the glove on, okay? And I had to go back and get another, because I had got rid of the keyboard for a minute, and I went back to had to go back and get my other keyboard, and it was like I'm playing with all these musicians. I ain't got no amp, I ain't got no monitor, and I just doing this right here. So it kind of got obvious what was happening, and then I just started faking it. I got another keyboard, started faking with the keyboard again, and then I just said it was wireless. Fucking
love it. Someone asked Lonzo Dusty, what's your favorite diss song? I'll go first. Hit 'Em Up. It's probably my favorite diss song. Ether by Nas would be a close second. What about you?
No Vaseline, baby.
Yeah.
That was some of the most clever writing from anybody. He made that shit work. He made that shit. And the cut was so dope. And it cut so deep. In fact, another quick story. I'm DJing at my club, the Current Affair. Club is rocking. And I drop No Vaseline. Everybody go crazy. Bam. And this cat walks over on the DJ booth. I saw him in my peripheral vision, and he's trying to get my attention. I'm doing my thing. I'm trying to pull something up or trying to go to the next record. And he's on my head. I'm like, dude, what's up? Oh, I'm gonna take that shit off. I'm taking my head. What you say? Man, that nigga, it's just my homies. Take that shit off. So I'm like, I ain't taking off shit. So I'm stalling. Hold on a minute. I'm stalling my ass off, right? So the record, by the time I paid him some real attention, the record already went off. Man, what's up, dude? Oh man, fuck that record, fuck that record. He dissing my homies. Who are your homies? Dre them. I said, you know him? No, I don't know him. But that's that's why I tell people, most people don't know the street effects of hip hop. That's real talk. He was pissed because he was clowning NWA. Okay. He was highly upset. Okay. Mad at me for playing the record. All right. That's real talk.
Damn. And that kind of wraps into the whole Nipsey Hussle thing that we started with. It's really hard to walk around being the guy who killed Nipsey Hussle, because he not only did he have family and his gang, but he had diehard fans, dude.
Right. Hey, Helen Henson said something here. I said it last.
Oh yeah. There's an inventor by the last name of Salter who enabled a car to run by water, and Salter was shot and killed while Salter was at his secretary along with others. I did hear that story. Yeah, I did hear that story as well. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt there's something out there that could change the world.
Dude. Well, let's go to my favorite subject, logic. Let's go to logic for a hot minute, folks. These phones have gone from being stuck in cars. Now, my first cell phone, you could not take it out of your car. You had to sit in your car and make a phone call. Okay. You had my next phone, you had to carry it in a damn near briefcase. It was a big ass battery and a little ass phone on top. Then later on, they had the big ass bricks, and on and on. And that's just in the past 20 years. The phone technology has changed that much in 20 years. When I first got my first cell phone, we talked about this. Just me and my cousin was laughing about this. My girlfriend talked from my house to Woodland Hills to her mama. Cost me $1,500. $1,500. $1,500. Because back in the day when you first got a cell phone, a minute was not to talk for a minute was 99 cents before 7 o'clock.
Damn.
It was a baller move to be on your phone before 7 o'clock. That's how we would floss. If you had it like that, you could talk on your phone before 7 o'clock. If not, you might got a few free minutes, but they even back then they would even billing you even for the for the 5 anything 5 seconds past. Past a minute was another minute.
1 minute and 6 seconds equals 2 minutes.
Okay, Roman charges. Thank you very much, American Negro. So you telling me all the technology that has taken place, computers, everything, cars, still on all the shit that goes into a car, doesn't change except for the goddamn engine. Get the fuck out of here with that. Get the fuck out of here with that. Everything in the car, the radio, the tires, the brakes, everything is changed about the car except for the combustion engine. Get the fuck out of here. Miss me that bullshit. Miss me that. We got.
That's right.
Oh, we got our first. We got our first.
Oh, we got one last week. They just like spamming us at the end of the show, like literally 2 minutes before the show ended last week. They did it, and now they're doing it again.
They can get off all that bullshit. I ain't gonna see no naked HD broad. Get out of here. Who falls for that shit? By the way, who falls for that? Like, who clicks on those links? Let's sidetrack. Like idiots, right? Like, if you click on those links, I don't know what to think about you. Like, your computer's dead. You finna get a major virus. You finna spend about $100 to get your computer if you can save it. Okay, in most cases. Okay. So anyway, so here's the problem. Okay, you're telling me that all the technology we've experienced, from the cell phone to the telephone, nobody has landlines anymore. Everybody got a cell phone in their pocket. You got shit bouncing off of satellites. You got Bluetooth. You got all this shit. Now, in fact, you notice my signal today is better than it was last week.
Way better. Oh my God, we haven't had one problem tonight.
Okay, because I changed systems, and that shit is kicking through. I'm getting 4 bars. From where my box is to my studio is a nice little distance for Wi-Fi. Okay, but I'm getting 4 bars in my studio behind me. My room behind me got 4 bars too. So you telling me all the technology that we had, and we still got to use spark plugs and gasoline to drive a car? That's bullshit. And you telling me Elon Musk is the only one that can make a car run electricity? In fact, there's a documentary called "What Happened to the Electric Car," and you see why the electric car is no longer. They made it. They had an economical electric car. It was ugly as a motherfucker. You couldn't put no rims on it. You couldn't paint it. You couldn't. This motherfucker was ugly, but it ran. It ran forever with no maintenance. It was called a Chevy Volt. A Chevy Volt. Look it up.
Yep.
The car was so dope. They recalled every last one of them. They crushed them all because they said the car, one, it would have ruined the car business because once you buy it, you don't need no parts. And the battery lasts forever. You may have changed the battery every 100,000 miles. Most of the car business is not just selling the car. It's the damn parts that they keep the cars running. So, and the same thing with a Tesla. All you got to do is buy a battery every, 20 years or some shit like that. Duh. So, it's a power move. Certain old shit that we still dealing with based on power and money, folks. Bottom line.
Profit over people. That was the best thing you said tonight, man. What's coming up on Thursday, Lonzo? Any last words?
Me and Dre hanging out, man. Oh, man, I got to give a shout out to the Universal Hip Hop Museum. Last Thursday, we had a great party, man. It was BET weekend. I partied. Man, I ain't partied this much in all my life. I partied for 3 days straight. I ain't partied that much since I left the club. BET Universal Hip Hop Museum at the Peterson Museum. Universal Hip Hop Museum at the Peterson Museum, the same one that Biggie was assassinated at later on at that party. But we had a great time. Arabian Prince, Battle Cat, Yo-Yo, Spice One. Who else? Death Row and Ruthless got awards that night, and it was a part of the BET weekend. Me and Scruncho had a big party at the Fountain Club down in LA. Had another great time. Then Saturday, I was too tired. I still went to my homeboy's pool party. So we had a good time, folks. Yes, it was a hell of a weekend. I'm looking forward to this. I'm back to my normal self. I got a car show coming up Saturday. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing a car show with the city of Compton, city councilman Jonathan Bowers. We're doing a car show at the Crystal Park Casino. Come on out, folks. It's free. Food trucks, fly ass cars. I'll be spending a little bit of from time to time. It's going down, folks. That's right. Saturday, July 2nd at the Crystal Park Casino.
It makes me happy that you are enjoying your retirement. And I put retirement in quotes also because you're doing way more in your retirement than you did before. And I love that shit, man. Keep it going. It's keeping you young, man.
Baby. And Sunday, we spent all day. Sunday, we finished Purdue. I see my documentary, the Eve documentary. Oh, my God.
I can't wait to see that, dude. I can't wait to see that shit.
So dope, folks. It's ridiculous. We shooting the last few interviews for the Eve documentary this Sunday. So I got a full week, folks. In the meantime, Dusty One, much love.
There it is, man. Always a pleasure, homie.
For you, baby. Nothing but love for you. And as I say every week, baby, from the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop, and we are out of here. Much love to you. See you next Tuesday. I'll see you Thursday, folks. Peace.